morning, story time today with me. You are going to love this. Now, do you like my hair, first of all? This week has certainly thrown some things for me to think about. I don't know about your life. How's everything going? Do feel free to leave comments down there, as always. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about audiobooks, and it's really interesting. I've been looking up some things, and if you don't know, I have a story about my hearing, which I will share on a different video for you. But I've been looking up some things about how hearing impairment has affected people who are in lockdown, which of course is the whole world is in lockdown. You know, how has that changed things? And it's not all as bad as you would think. Really interestingly, there's some quite beautiful stories, but it did get me thinking, and it did lead me on to the whole idea that I love stories, as you know, and I do really love biographical stories or true stories or stories writing from life. So that's what I consider myself, as a life writer, writing stuff, and that in with that comes things to do with people's struggles and health and all that kind of thing. So it brought me nicely on to talking about audio books. So so many of you I know like to listen to audiobooks, and it's great if you're on long journeys, if you do lots of traveling with your work or something like that, isn't it? And I did once record one as an audiobook. I didn't put it on Audible or anything like that. But I know some people don't like to read, but they'd rather listen. So I've got two stories from my current book, COVID-19, How It Made Us Feel. And it's about life in lockdown, basically. There's 12 of us, in case you don't know, really quick backstory. 12 of us come together and we wrote stories that I edited and put into an anthology, and it instantly went on the bestseller list, which I was so stoked about. And that in that book, I've got a couple of stories that I've read out on video, and they're up on YouTube, but you won't be able to find them by searching. So I will leave those in the description box down there. If you want to go and watch them, just click the link and watch them. You don't need to look, it's just me reading like this. There's nothing to see. Excuse me, I've still got my tickly cough. In the mornings it's worse, and I think it's because we're doing all this building work in the house and there's dust everywhere. Another video to come about that. So yeah, so in a nutshell, I am going to read to you today as well, but I'm going to read part of it because I don't want this video to be only about me reading. I wanted to just talk about, do you love listening to books and stories? And podcasts are great, aren't they? They're funny, I think, quite funny. And for me, when I listen to the radio, I like to listen to it because I want to hear the music. If they're talking lots in between, I don't necessarily like that, but sometimes I'll enjoy it. Does that make sense? So I'd rather listen to a podcast where you know it's going to be talking, and then choose to listen to the radio where you know it's going to be mostly music and with the odd little bit in between. So video, of course, is different. You normally switch it on to watch something or to look at something, or you're probably a visual person who likes watching stuff. So I'm just going to read you a little excerpt from what I wrote yesterday and give you the story as to why. Do you like this? Jasmine's done it for me. I absolutely love it. And this story yesterday was born from, again, from the lockdown experience. And I was just like, the writer head in me was just like, I've got to go somewhere instantly and write about this. So my struggle getting from realising the story to sitting down and writing it was a journey. And it was just a life thing. It wasn't anything like, oh my God, and not the way somebody got murdered, or, you know, somebody else went off and got married in the corner. It was nothing like that. It just was about life, which is what I like, and that's what I'm fascinated by. So I'm going to read you an excerpt, and if you want to hear the rest of it, because I'm going to create a complete video with it, then please email me. My email is below. Email me your email address and I will send you the link. And the reason I'm doing this is so that I can pop you on my newsletter. My newsletter, I've got people subscribed to it, and I haven't sent one out yet, for which I apologise, but I was waiting to get the right kind of content and the right thing to say, and I'm there now. So there's going to be a newsletter coming out with all writery things, all to do with writer stuff and updates on life like that. So without further ado, so this is called, I think it was called, hang on, let me find the page and then I'll tell you what it was called, because I would have found the page with the title written in it. It's called Stand on the Green Dot Please. And there's a photo actually. Did I put that up somewhere? Saying that was my inspiration for this story. Okay, like I say, there's nothing to say except me probably at the end saying goodbye. So if this isn't your thing, you want to switch off, that's completely fine. I'm not offended at all, but I won't read it all because it is longer than you probably will want to listen for. So stand on the green dot, please. Yeah, but people used to help each other better then, didn't they? The lady said. Her face mask muffled her words across the 1 metre space between her and the older man opposite her. I'm going to put my glasses on. And I haven't, this is just my scribblings, I haven't edited it at all. Back when, I wondered, what period of time were they chatting shit about, and decided to argue with them from inside my head. I didn't live through the war, which is probably when they were referring to, but I think we've looked out for each other brilliantly in this pandemic. Kindness has definitely been cranked up a notch. Outside WH Smith, 3 pensioners greeted each other with an elbow bump, the new handshake, and laughed. All wearing masks, their eyes showed their smiles, and the comical clumsiness of the funny bone touches looked like they were poking fun at our new normal. That wasn't the case, I knew that, but I felt amused by these incidences I'd witnessed in the past 30 seconds, and I instantly knew I needed to write. Feeling a sense of duty as a life writer, I need to record these historical times for the future, for generations to come. As well as for us, it's important to remember these moments and learn from them. Perhaps the entire point of life writing is to learn and get things less wrong moving on. Without any doubt, I'm happy in my lockdown bubble, and I'm even bold enough to say this might actually be the time of my life. But staying indoors means no more news stories. So this trip out was instantly elongated with the decision to grab a vanilla latte in a white cup and saucer and get writing with my notebook and pen. I was wearing activewear, as they now call it, in preparation for a brisk walk home. As always, I was walking through Marks and Spencer's on deliberate purpose. I didn't like to dawdle. I'd chosen my best Lacoste trainers in preference to the Converse, which were even more covered in dust, plaster, and 1 speck of emulsion. Between the toes and the arch was beginning to break, but they're comfortable and serving me well during the house renovations. This outfit seemed to talk to me, telling me to run up the escalator as if I was really fit. I felt stronger. Lockdown's been good for my fitness, and we've walked so far and long. I touched the handrail. Oh, crap, my son would kill me. Oh well, more hands, Sanny, will be close by. Closed? The coffee shop was closed. What time will it open? I needed to write before I forget what's chasing around in my head. I considered asking Siri to take a note, but I figured my writing would get lost in translation. I needed a pen. Okay then, toilet and banking instead. It was 8:40 a.m. and surely 9 a.m. would be the opening time, I thought. I followed the one-way system around the shop, passing a fabulous grass green underwear set on a mannequin, and wondered what colour I could wear over the top of that. A male worker walked close by, along the next aisle. He looked like he was from another part of Europe, although I clearly didn't look properly and I was wrong to assume. Morning, a lady called to him from behind me. Good morning, are you okay? He asked in a perfect Queen's English accent. He sounded handsome, not that my head could ever be turned. And I'm going to leave it there and keep you dangling to see what happened next. So like I say, if you want to hear the rest of this story on video, do drop me an email and I will send it over to you. Meanwhile, lots of love to you. Have a fantastic day and weekend. I'll try and get back to you over the weekend as well if I can. And yeah, wish me luck. Lots of decorating going on here now. We're at that stage. And I will see you really soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye for now.